Say it's the Hood CNN. It's your favorite Hood reporter, the Prime Minister of Hood Education, Dr. Monroe. Because I got a PhD in common sense and I'm a five-star general. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's been a long, long day. I mean, a long day. I am actually in Lafayette, Louisiana, working an assignment. And I think you saw a bit of the video that I did earlier. So to fill you in what I'm working on, there's a 15-year-old African American girl that was at her uncle's house. She was in another room. He was in his office. He called for her to come into his office. So she came and wasn't nothing strange to her. And her little cousin followed her. So he told her little cousin to leave the room. So when the little cousin left the room, this dude grabs this child and pins her hands and puts her on his lap. Started kissing her on her neck, questioning her about her virginity and stuff like that. I don't want to go into too many detail. And he put his hands down the front of her pants. Somehow the baby was able to break free. Uncle lived down the street from her house. Her mom was out of town. And she called her mom, and her mom was out of town with her sister. And this is actually the sister's husband. They were in New Orleans for the sister's birthday. Mom trying to get the sister to bring her home so she can deal with her child. And sister wouldn't bring her home. Make a long story short, this is not Pastor Marvin C. Young's first rodeo with dealing with young girls and trying to molest them or actually possibly accomplishing the goal of raping or molesting them. I spoke with two other young ladies that are family members, and he did the same things to them when they were younger. They're willing to write me statements so I can get affidavits done. But then, when the young lady's mom started talking and telling me he did it to her when she was a kid. And the youngest victim of Pastor Marvin C. Young was no older than 8 years old. Well, mom started telling me he did it to her. Well, but since I kind of understand the law, I immediately researched the statute of limitations on sexually related crimes in the state of Louisiana. And at that point, it was determined that according to the law, from your 18th birthday, you have a 30-year window of statute of limitation to file a complaint, charges, the whole nine. That gave mom, who was a victim of Marvin C. Young, a 19-year window with her statute of limitations. Mom said she wanted my help, so I'm going to help her and be her representative. And I immediately made mom call the police because this happened in the city limits, and we'll actually get reports filed in the parish because it happened, If you're in Houston, it happened in the county. So you would have to get the constables in the county to deal with that. But in Louisiana, we'll get the sheriff's department to deal with the parish aspect of it. I made her call the police, and we filed a report in reference to mom because of her statute of limitation. Before we call the police, and I hope that whoever gets this to Marvin, I want you to understand that I got you pegged. Before we call the police, Marvin, I spoke to two other victims. Louisiana is a third-party consent state as it pertains to recording. As long as I knew I was recording, my recordings will stand up in a court of law. Your two victims admitted that you did it to them. I'm sitting here and I could be talking about Kamala and Joe, but as I told y'all, that's over. They won. Kudos. Get to work, do your job. Because my job doesn't stop whoever the president is. And I sat there demoralized, listening to at least 7 to 8 young African American victims that have fallen prey to Marvin C. Young. And the sad part about it is your wife has knowledge that you've been doing this, that you've been doing this. It seems that she doesn't have a problem with it because how did you get out of jail, Marvin? Your wife went and did a property bond and put her house up for bail. But with what I'm finna do, they're gonna revoke your bail. Now, do you think I care, Marvin, if you go off and you decide you want to run or you may do something to yourself? No, I don't. What you did to those girls and those kids, it made my stomach turn. And what I promised that 15-year-old, I told her, I need you to be brave. And she said, 5-star, I'm going to do what you tell me. I just need you to be brave. I need you to speak when I need you to speak. And I promise you, I'm going to help you put this bastard under the penitentiary. Now, I want you to know what your first couple of hours are going to resemble when you show up with at least 6 to 7 sexually related charges against kids. You won't survive. They don't play with you type of dudes in the penitentiary. Yeah, the wife bailed him out. The wife know he did. And the sick part about it is not like the wife didn't know. Because didn't you rape your own daughter? You did this to your own child. What type of sick motherfucker are you? I want you to understand something. Law enforcement was really nice. And I have a problem with law enforcement too. Not the ones that showed up. But the one that's investigating. Why would you come to the parents' house of the assaulted child and tell the parent that y'all have gotten a warrant for Marvin and you're gonna go let him know that you have the warrant? If you have a warrant, you're supposed to arrest him. Because you did that, he was able to run. And he ran all the way to Lafayette, Louisiana, and act like he had been sitting outside of the wife's house because he lives in the old house by himself. And the wife took him to turn herself in. Let me tell you what's gonna happen, bro. I'm not gonna sleep until I get you. I'm gonna hound you. And for all you crooked ass judges and all that shit that go, with the bullshit, I'm gonna put so much pressure on you that you're gonna want this case out your court. Because if you think because of who he is or his standing supposedly in the community, that you're gonna let him make it in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I will disrupt your fucking town like you ain't never seen before. I recommend that we allow law enforcement and the judicial system to do the job that they're supposed to do. This has been generational genocide, and these rapes are generational rapes. You've molested so many girls in your family. And the crazy part is they were telling the wife. She was one of them, didn't want to believe it. All that stuff there. And you allowed those children to go through that hell. And one young lady said, I just want closure. I'm going to give you your closure. So I'm going to send this bastard under the penitentiary. I'm going to send him under the penitentiary. Yes, paradise, his own daughter. Type of motherfucker are you, dude? Y'all got to excuse me because I'm hot right now. You could go buy some pussy, partner. But you'd rather take this from a child. You'd rather take the innocence away from them. China says she knew, that's how she kept him. Well, according to what was told to me, she kept him so that he could be able to watch his last son graduate so that both parents could be there. That's the most garbage excuse that I've ever heard. Now, some people are afraid to speak up. And if I can prove that the wife had the knowledge of all of this, I'm going to be shooting for charges on her too. You can go to jail with him. See, God is already whooping you, Marvin. You know why? I know. Ain't you on crack right now? Life don't look that good no more. Didn't they throw you out of church last year because you tried to kill your own child? Your life is falling apart. But I'm the dude that's going to rip your heart out. I'm the dude that's not going to have zero understanding. And by the time these babies get to court to make impact statements on the day that you will be sentenced, you gonna know why I got all 5 of them stars. You ladies out there that got girls, watch these Negroes, man. Watch these Negroes, man, around your children. If you got boys, watch these Negroes, man, around your children. I'm disturbed right now. I had to stop and just not drive because it was bothering me so much. Marvin, you will not have a beautiful Thanksgiving because old 5-star gonna be in front of your house with that bull on. Bring your punk ass out of there. I'm gonna be on city property. It ain't nothing nobody can do. Marvin, you won't have a great Christmas because 5-star gonna be in front of your house on Christmas Day. We want justice. And if you are a true Christian, as you say, atone for your sins. Repent, but repent in a court of law. And let the system deal with you. Like we was in my city, I'd let the streets deal with you, Marvin. Play a little bit different where I come from. But I'm in y'all neck of the woods, so I'm gonna play by the rule book. Watch these motherfuckers around your children. And when your kids tell you something, you owe it to them to find out. These kids don't be lying all the time. You know how you dress your girls, and you know they a little bit more shapely than you were when you were young. Some men can't contain themselves around these young girls. Marvin C. Young, Pastor Marvin C. Young, you're a predator. You're the worst form of Negro walking the face of the earth. And it's time for you to pay what you owe. And that same system that you think that you got so many friends in, that system is about to turn their back on you. Because I'm going to apply pressure like you ain't never seen. I made that baby a promise. And I'm not going to sleep until I get you. You might be out on that property bond, but I'm finna do everything in my power to get your bond revoked. So if your bond gets revoked, your wife might lose her house. And I don't care. She should lose it because she knew what was going on in that house. Lady, you are garbage. You didn't even protect your own child. This man, there's so many I can't remember, either raped or attempted to rape his own seed. And one of the ladies I spoke with, you raped her, you penetrated her. They're gonna penetrate you in that prison cell, Marvin. They're gonna take your anal virginity if you ain't already gave it up. You sick bastard. So nowhere in this video have I threatened anybody. No physical harm to anybody. But I'm going to apply pressure. And you slick ass judges with the shit y'all do in Louisiana, you will justify anything that you do that ain't in line with what needs to be done. There are repercussions for your actions. He stole something from them, Ramona. But that inner peace that they had, all they asking me to do is help to get it back. I gave them my word. That's what I was going to do. See, y'all, People think I just hit the road and I get the, I came in for a reason. And you were the reason, Marvin C. Young. We taking everything he got you now. For the people in the family, I saw some of the threats y'all made to that young girl's mom. How y'all gonna beat up people? You ain't gotta beat her up. Come beat me up. I'm the one finna fuck him off. What you better do is sit your ass still. Cause I ain't the one to fuck with. I ain't the one to play with. And as those officers saw, I kinda know what I'm talking about. So Marvin, enjoy your last few days of freedom. And if you feel like you need to go off into a corner and throw you a piece of rope over something that's real high now, and you need to stand on a chair and do what you need to do. If you feel like you want to take a bottle of sleeping pills, then do what you need to do. I don't feel sorry for you because you don't deserve anything at this point. I'm disturbed. My spirit is disturbed. Maybe tomorrow I will have mom and the young girl. I will conceal the young lady's identity. They want to come on. They want to come on an interview with me or maybe with the war zone. And they want to tell their story. And this is what we got to do every single time this happens. We have to expose it because it ain't no being quiet no more with you dirty old motherfuckers. Word of advice. You can go buy you some pussy. Got enough motherfuckers walking around here that'll fuck you for a bag of weed. Some motherfuckers just want to ride to the store, give you a shot of pussy. But you ain't got to lay up with no child. And I do applaud the state of Louisiana because you gave us 30 years as statute of limitations. Your worst nightmare is me. Because I'm not going to rest. See, Marvin, you a demon. And to destroy some of you demons, You might just have to become one. So Marvin, here's a question. You the pastor. You know Lucifer. You about to meet him. I am going to tear your heart out of your chest. I'm going to tear your heart out of your chest. White America and Latino America. See, when your priests do this, you don't do nothing about it. But in our neck of the woods, we handle it a little bit differently. I am going to pull your heart out of your chest. And Marvin, I'm going to eat your heart. And I'll suck your blood through a crazy straw. But I am going to destroy you. I'm going to ride you. I'm not going to give you a break on anything. I am going to destroy you. Adrian Moten Brooks. This is Mom, y'all. If you want to come on now, we can do a one-on-one right now. Just text me your email address. Use your phone, and then I'll send you an email, and you can tap in to this program if you want to come on. That's her mom, Adrian Moten Brooks. I got you, baby. See, it takes a village. And you tell her big brother got her. And I am going to destroy him. I am going to destroy him. See, because Marvin, my daughter, texted me today, sent me one of them voice inboxes. And I love her very dearly. Oh, okay. Hold on. But if that was my child, it wouldn't be nothing to talk about at all. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is why it's important to not leave your babies around these folk, man, because you don't never know. Even God can't save him from the hell I'm finna put him through. Because there's nothing he can tell me to make me get off his ass once I get on him. Hold on a second, y'all. Her mom's gonna come on, y'all. I'm gonna send her an email. Sit tight. I'm sending her mom an email right now to bring on the program. Hold on. Hold on a second now. I just sent her mom an email. Her mom's gonna, all you do, baby, is click the link and come into the program. Make sure you turn your microphone on as well as your camera. And we're gonna bring her mom on. And if she wants to come on, I'm gonna conceal her identity because I already got the restraining order. You're in violation of that. You're supposed to be 100 yards away from this child. You're passing up and down the street in front of our house. Your wife has already tried to intimidate her as a witness. I got a problem with that with law enforcement. And I agree with you, Demetrius. Somebody needs to lay hands on him. Somebody needs to lay hands on him. So I'm letting mom tap in, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Let's see if we can get her on here. We're gonna do an exclusive interview with my mom right now. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm in the state of Louisiana, man. Y'all gotta quit feeding me like y'all feed me. Man, these people been feeding me all day, man. Lord have mercy, man. I will say it's some of the best food I never ate in my life, and I really appreciate it. Y'all always make sure I'm good when I get here. The latest victim was 15 years old, Rose, and the youngest victim was at least 7 to 8 years old. So we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Trust me when I tell you. But what I'm doing is waiting to see if mom can get in here. And if she can, we're gonna do an exclusive interview with her right now. It's just disturbed my spirit. Yeah, Jill, 7 or 8 years old. 7 or 8 years old. This dude is sick, man. Y'all hold on. Let me go to my recorder. Hold on. This is one of the victims.
some shapes, girl.
We'll do that in a second.
What y'all doing? Oh, girl, okay.
Hold on. We'll call mom. She's trying to get in. We got to make sure that she has her camera on. Hold on, she coming. Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on, I'm getting her mom. Hold on.
Hello.
Hold on a second. All right. You got an iPhone, right?
This an Android.
Okay, so now we can hear you.
Y'all excuse my head, excuse the face, but it really doesn't matter.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I just had my fiance to take my daughter to my mother-in-law's house because she broke down crying, screaming. And this is mostly what we have been dealing with since it happened to her. She's not sleeping at night. I'm not sleeping at night because I'm making sure my child is okay. Hey, are you okay? Everything she does is sitting there on her phone reading a book. My child, she's a singer. She went to MACA, the talented school here in OPELOUSAS, for singing, honors chorus, everything. And she's just not the same child that I know that I've raised. But like I keep reinforcing to her, it's not your fault. You are okay. You are Kari. I think that's the best way that I can put it to her. But she's very, very broken.
Okay, when you talking, I'm gonna mute my mic. All right. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So when you talking, I'm gonna mute my mic.
When you talking, I'm gonna mute my mic.
And when I'm talking, you mute your mic. That's gonna kill the feedback.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you some questions.
All right. So
while I'm asking the questions,
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Microphone.
Asking the questions. Mute the microphone.
Okay, one moment, because this phone is gonna hang up. Let me get on the tablet because this phone is about to hang up.
Okay, I'm gonna boot you. Just use the same link.
Okay, I'm gonna boot you. Just use the same link.
Hold up. What is it? What do I go to?
Go back to your email. Use the same link.
Go back to your email. Use the same link from the tab.
To connect to you. You have a camera, right? Okay. I'm about to connect to you.
Okay. So
okay. From here.
Let's get her out. Kick her from the studio. All right, she'll come back. And then that way, we got it under control, Roy. We got it under control. Sometimes when you use them high-powered phones, they don't work right. So y'all bear with me. Let me make sure she can get on this tablet.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
Hold on, she coming, y'all. So that's what I'm up here dealing with right now. Thought I'd have to deal with Clay Higgins and his Stupid ass, but he's not in jail, Mike. His wife actually used property bond and got him out of jail. Y'all hold on, let me clear up my screen real quick. There we go. All right, I'm just waiting for her to come back. No, wife put the house up and bonded him out. Wife put the house up and bonded him out. Hold on, let me see if I can get her, y'all.
Has been forwarded.
I'm waiting for her to come back. We're waiting on her. She coming.
Your call has been forwarded.
Her phone had died, so trying to see if she can get on from this tablet. Yeah, he's still alive, Mike. They take care of him in jail. You're gonna have to deal with it when he get up in there. They ain't gonna play with him at all. They ain't gonna play the game in there with him. You're gonna have to deal with it. So let me trying to get it back on. I'm just waiting for it to pop in, y'all. Just waiting for it to pop in. Y'all bear with me. I'm about to do an exclusive interview with my client from Opelousas, Louisiana, whose daughter was molested by her sister's husband. Sister, notice has been going on for years with several girls in the family, and the sister puts her house up as bond collateral to bail him out of jail. But we know of at least 7 victims of this dude. So we're trying to get mom on here. Let's see if I can get on here.
Your call has been
Going straight to voicemail. Y'all bear with me for a second as we gonna get on. We're going to get her on. See, Louisiana is a different type of state, y'all. Justice system in Louisiana is crooked as all outdoors. You know the right people, you can get a judge to give you a bond in the middle of the night, let you out of jail in these little country towns. You know, I don't know the judge's name. Sound like the name might be Boss Hog or something. Well, you know, if they did it to him, I get it. But what he's done to these girls, we just can't let this go. So I'm trying to see if mom can get this tablet on and get on here. If not, we're gonna have to do this at another time. I had no clue that she was gonna come on, but she did. So I'm trying to get her back on.
Your call has been forwarded.
Trying to get her back on here. Trying to get her back on here. Y'all bear with me. Let's see. Okay, Adrian, all you have to do is go back to the email that I sent you. I just sent you another one. Click the link and come back in. That's all you got to do. Go back to the email. You'll see the new link. Click the link. It should be the same as the old one. Click the link, come back in. And then we're going to talk about it. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, Adrian. Let me see how I can do this. Gotta get the link. Hold on a second. I know how to do it. Hold on. Okay, so I sent it. It's not showing up here. Let's go over here. So I sent it. Okay. Let's copy. Let's go here. Paste it. Okay, y'all. I just sent her the link. She's gonna come on. Okay, I just sent it to that phone number that you gave me. Click that link and come in. She coming, y'all. Okay. Oh, ain't gotta worry about that, Julie. I'm gonna get him. He got. He just don't know it yet. Okay, let me try. Y'all hold on a second. Okay, y'all, I'm working with her. Just bear with me for a second. I'm back. And I was talking to her mom. That's why I was muted. Let me just call. Let me see what's going on.
Hello?
Yeah, did you get the text that I just sent to this number?
No, because it was actually the wrong number. Now I'm logged on my son's page.
All you have to do, I just sent you the link to this number.
I can't even get on my phone to get the link.
The phone that you're on right now.
No, just the house phone. Go tell Tariq I said, come here right now. Tell him come here so I can get his email and the link can come to his email. Because my phone done died on me. It's crazy. Tariq! What's the email on here so
Ask you to turn it on. Y'all hold on a second. I'm getting her booted up. Please. I got her. She's coming.
you are entering a broadcast studio? Yep. Allow mic cam? Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if you can see me.
No, just keep going. You got to keep clicking. Or either scroll down. There you come. You coming in now.
There I am.
There I am.
All right, let's hang up the house phone.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
You want to leave out? Are you okay?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so why don't you tell us what Marvin C. Young did to you as a young girl?
As a young girl, he used to drive trucks. He would drive for Budweiser, and he also drove for Coca-Cola. They were staying on the north end. I have to get the street name correct, but even without the street name, when my sister would go to sleep at night, he would walk into the room. We had that old school TV to where you had to press the channels, and we only had 5 channels. And one of the channels was just a staticky channel. When he would walk into the room, he would close the door and turn the TV to that staticky channel on the very maximum of the volume. Um, he would start grabbing under the cover but then progressively came with his hand and came into my underwear. I would be peeping, but I was scared because he was way bigger than me. But then finally, whenever it was getting too far to where you're rubbing in my underwear and rubbing my breast also, I would hurry and turn and
You
make
gotta
sure.
fix your volume.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Um, when he would do that, when I would hurry and turn, he would hurry and leave out the room, but before he left out of the room, he would make sure that the TV was off. So when he left out, I gave him a few minutes, I know, to make it to his room, and I would just go and get the baby that my sister just had and just stay up with the baby. That way he wouldn't touch me again.
Did you ever tell your sister what her husband was trying to do to you?
She knew along with our mom. They knew, and it'll be 11 years on Monday that our mom passed away. But they knew. My mom, she couldn't stand him, but that still didn't help me. And sister, you knew it. That didn't help me because you didn't do anything to help your oldest daughter. So why would you help me? That's my
So
question.
let's do the calculations. How many girls has Marvin done this to in the
Um,
family without saying their names?
yeah,
But
without saying names.
let's say if they
Um,
the daughter, the nieces, or something like that. So how many
okay.
girls has he done this to?
Well, being that Marvin, he's my brother-in-law. He's done it to me. He's done it to his oldest daughter. Just come to find out, he did it to his baby daughter. He did it to my other sister, her two daughters. He did it to my brother, his daughter, and he also did it to his brother's two daughters. So that's eight. Then now he's done it to my daughter, so that's nine altogether.
So what, we ain't saying nobody's names because
Yeah.
everybody was minors at the time. So what did he try to do to your daughter? Tell these people because we got thousands of people watching us,
You want to send it?
including law enforcement, so they're gonna have to do their job.
Yeah, I'm asking my daughter right now if she's okay, with me saying it while are you okay? She says she's okay. Mama raised her
Tell
pretty
her,
strong.
tell her. I know she can hear me. Tell her just trust me. If you don't want your face to be seen, then she doesn't have to. But
Okay.
if she wants to tell it, because
Do you
we
want to
we we
tell it or
going
you want
into
me
a
to tell
court
it?
of law.
Okay. Yeah, she wants me to tell it.
Okay, so that's cool. Tell us what happened to your baby.
On October 23rd, me, my fiance, and my sister, we went to New Orleans because her birthday was October 24th. Um, on that Friday, once we made it into the hotel room, I get a frantic phone call, a FaceTime from my daughter. And I'm like, what's wrong? So she's like, Mama, Uncle Marvin just tried to rape me. I say, what? So she kept crying and screaming. I was like, the first thing I said, get you and your three cousins, not mentioning names. Y'all run to the house because he lives up the street from the house. Y'all run to the house. And I'm going to tell the whole story. My sister grabbed the phone. What you mean for them to run to the fucking house? My words were, bitch, what the hell you mean? For them to get away from your rapist ass husband. So, okay, it goes from that. Couldn't get home to my child. Just slept. Not really slept. Okay, Saturday morning, get up. Still couldn't get no way home. Her oldest daughter ended up coming to New Orleans and she brought her kids along with my daughter. That way that my sister can keep her grandkids for her to go to work. And I had my daughter. So it goes from that. I still didn't get home. Now Sunday, once I got home, my daughter says, um, while she was there, well, first off, let me clear it up because you have plenty of people on the media right now Even under the news story, why would you even leave your child with a pedophile? First off, I never left my child with a pedophile. I left my child in the hands of my niece. Never knew that my niece was going to bring her and her kids to her dad's house for her to go to work. Okay? Because my niece already knows how I feel about her dad.
So
So that clears that up.
you did not leave your baby in the care of Marvin C. Young.
I
Okay.
surely did not. She was in the care of his oldest daughter, and they were at her house. And she brought my daughter along with her kids to his house for her to be able to go to work. And I did not know that until I got the story of what happened to my daughter. So the story with my daughter, she says, her and the other three cousins of hers were sitting in the house, and Marvin was in his office. And while he was in his office, he took his cell phone and called the oldest grandchild that was inside of his house, which would be my daughter's youngest cousin, well, one of the youngest cousins, and told her to tell my daughter to come see in the office. So my daughter stated that once she walked out of the house, the 7-year-old cousin walked with her. And when they got into the office, the 7-year-old, which is one of his grandchildren, he told her, I need you to go back in the house and give me 15 minutes with, I can't say my child's name, with the victim. So when the 7-year-old went back into the house, while she was in the office, he started questioning her about if she was still a virgin. Has she ever given a boy oral sex? Has she ever been fingered by a boy? Telling her that she was very attractive, very sexy to be her age. Then she said she questioned him and said, Uncle Marvin, why would you be asking me this? This is my personal business. And she said when she told him that, he yanked her to his lap. And when he did that, he took his hands and straddled her hands on the side of the chair. And when he straddled her hands on side of the chair, he took one hand, basically still holding her hands on side of the chair, then the other hand holding her hip while grinding her. And my child stated that she felt his penis get hard. He started kissing her on the neck while taking that one hand that was holding her hip and put it in her underwear and started playing with her private area, putting it in there. And while he's doing that, still kissing on her neck, telling her, you know, me and your nanny been having a lot of problems. She lied to me about what she was doing for her birthday, so I just need you to give me a release. And my child said she kept crying, asking him, Uncle Marvin, please let me go, and he wouldn't. So she stated that once he stood her up while still grinding her from behind, holding her hands on the chair, finally he let her hands loose because he was still behind her and put both of his hands, you know, on each breast. And she said while he was rubbing the breast and kissing on her neck, she took her elbows and stretched his arms out and was able to get away. And while she's running away, he kept saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Of course, law enforcement got involved,
As
and
far as the law enforcement, you
just
know,
remember this. Ride with me for a second. You don't have to do this, but I told you whatever you want, however you want to walk this walk, I'm gonna walk it with you. And the thing is what we're doing right now is we're about to cancel Marvin. I got enough high-powered people watching this to where we're gonna cancel Marvin, and no other child will have to suffer through this. Rose
I
Woodley,
just
hold on. Let me stop Rose Woodley. Rose Woodley, I don't know if you've listened, but what I need you to do is I need you to listen. I'm not gonna read your comment, but I'm gonna tell you something. You need to listen You need to listen intently. She did not leave her child with this man. She did not have a child dealing with this man. So as much as we want to protect these molesters, we won't protect them on this program. I need you to listen, ma'am. I need you to listen because I can counsel him and you at the same time.
What's her name?
It doesn't matter. I got that part. I can handle that. So we got law enforcement involved, and it's something strange that happened with law enforcement with the warrant.
Yeah, and I'll
What
tell him.
happened when? Tell the people what happened with them with warrant.
What happened with the warrant? Me and my daughter was actually sitting outside on the porch, and the officer that's in charge of the case, it was his off day, and he pulled up on his motorbike. Miss Moten, I just want to give you the good news. We had the judge sign off on his warrant this morning because we didn't know the extent of what he did to your daughter, but we have a warrant out for him now, so I'm about to go to his house and let him know that he has a warrant. And my first question, what do you mean you're about to go let him know he has a warrant? Because with me watching the crime shows, all the stuff that I watch, I've never interacted with the laws a day in my life. I thank you, Jesus. But if you have a warrant for someone, if it's signed off, you go serve that warrant right then and there. And when he said, I'm about to go let him know that he has a warrant for his arrest, my first reaction, what do you mean you're about to go let him know he has a warrant out for his arrest? Wouldn't you be arresting him? Another thing I told him, once you go let him know he has a warrant, he's gonna run. And that's exactly what he did. My sister brought him to go turn himself in 2 days later and bonded him right out.
Now, let's stop right there. Your sister now lives in Lafayette, Louisiana, 23
Yes,
miles away from
yes.
Opelousas, Louisiana. How did Marvin connect with your sister for her to even turn him in?
The only information that I know, he was sitting outside of her house and kept calling her. But my instincts, and I don't have to lie to anyone, fake the funk for anyone, he was there the whole time. That's my instinct.
And she did a property bond
Yes, she
to
did a
get him out
property
of
bond.
jail.
Yes, to bond him out. Because as soon as she brought him to go turn himself in, she did a property bond and bonded him right out. And
So
you know this
the
man is a
same lady,
pedophile.
the same lady with the knowledge that he is a pedophile,
Yes,
that he's done this to his own children,
yes,
is the same lady that put our house up to get him out of jail.
yep, yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Marvin, we have a restraining order. You have one in place. He's supposed to be 100 yards from your house, your daughter, at all times.
And he passed in front of our house just yesterday evening. He passed in front of our house. And the reason why I did not get in contact with the police department is because an officer came out when that was yesterday, no, day before yesterday. And he came out only because, unbeknownst to me, there was a sign on the dumpster across the street from our house that we could not throw trash. And when I threw the trash, the property manager called the cop on me. And when I brought the situation up to him and asked him about the Lord, my mind gone, the protective order, oh, he can still come on the street if he wants to. But from the officer on tonight, he says, no, ma'am, he is not supposed to come on the street at all. So now I know. So now I'm going to be watching out. Now I'm not going to even be able to sleep anymore. I haven't really been sleeping. But it's about to get worse because I'm about to pay attention. Because if it in the
We
time, what are
we
you
we
doing
we
at night? I don't trust you.
fix your Fix your volume. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
But yeah, like I was saying, my concern now being that the cop tonight told me that he's not even supposed to be on our street. But the cop day before yesterday said that he can pass on the street, he can walk on the street as long as he does not come into our yard. But now that I know you can't even come on this street, now I'm about to stay up because, like I said before, if you can do it in the daytime, pass in front of this house, you'll do it in the nighttime. You stay, I can walk to your backyard and get to your front door. And basically, you can come out your backyard and come to my front door or even go to my daughter's bedroom window. It's like, how much do we have to take? Enough is enough.
I tell you what.
Enough is enough.
I tell you what. Somebody had me reach out to you, and I was in Houston when I got that information, and I told you I was coming. And I did a couple of things while I was here, but I didn't come for that. I came for you, and I came for your baby. And I made y'all a promise tonight that he going up under the penitentiary when I get through. And as you can see tonight, we were able to file a complaint on your behalf.
Yes.
And they had never even told you you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
File a complaint on your behalf because of what he did to you as a child. I was able to also speak to two other victims who he molested when they were children. Louisiana being a third party consent state as it pertains to recordings, I only needed to know that I was recording the conversation and it's legal, it'll stand up in a court of law, but they admitted on the calls that he had molested them. And what was the age, if we can remember, of the youngest victim of Marvin C. Young?
The youngest victim, she says she was in between 7 and 8 years old.
So this man has been molesting children as young as 7 and 8 years old.
Yes. Yes.
7 and 8 years old. And right now, for some strange reason, is not court ordered. Mr. Marvin has enrolled in some type of classes. What type of classes are those?
The only thing I know, and they did not inform me of this, and in which, why would you even be taking these classes? The classes are sexual abuse classes and also taking counseling. And it's some other class, I don't remember the name, but why would you be in these classes if you are not guilty? But you
So,
even admitted to the cops, Marvin Young, because the cops told it to me. You did it. You did it. You admitted it. And the reason, whenever you ran, the cop that's in charge of the case, when he got in touch with you the night before, my sister brought you to go turn yourself in. You told the cop, I just need to go talk to God. I need to get right with God. You should have fucking got right before you touched my daughter. Now, I can't say you should have got right with God before you touched us. I wish you would have. But nobody stood up for us. But I'm going to fight for mine. I'm going to fight for mine. I'm going to fight for me and fight for the rest that nobody else fought for.
So
So
Marvin,
everybody that spoke up tonight and anybody else that's willing to talk up, let's go. Enough is enough.
so Marvin, is he still a pastor?
Not in our church. He's pastoring online.
So if he's not in the church, what happened with Marvin at the church?
He tried to kill his baby daughter. I
The
don't
same one
really
he
know
was
exactly
molesting?
They were visiting for Father's Day. And I don't know the exact details. The only details I know is when my niece called me and told me to show up because I ride for my family. But one thing I know, he told the baby daughter's boyfriend, I'm about to kill your girl. And when he said that, he walked and went and got a big log out of the yard. And when he swung it at her head, the baby boy that has his back right now on this situation with my daughter, he jumped in the way and the log hit him in the face. So the family jumped on him. I was not there at the time, but he had broken ribs, and that was the time whenever he found out he had the broken ribs and also lung cancer.
Well, the thing I say about the cancer is normally in the penitentiary there's a cancer wing, so they'll be able to take care of him and his cancer
They got
all
rid
at
of
the
the
same
cancer.
time. Yeah,
They
he
cut
is a
half of
cancer.
Yeah, they cut half of his lung out. He's cancer free.
Now, with the sister having knowledge of these assaults, I'm going to put pressure on them to even charge her with endangerment of a child as well as neglect of a child because she knew what was going on and she did nothing to try and save these children and save you from that. So, I will ask you this in front of everybody because a lot of these people know me. You're just getting to know me. They know me. You sure you want me to dig off in his ass? Because when I start, I ain't gonna stop.
Baby, you done started. Ain't no stopping until his ass, until my daughter has justice. Ain't no stopping. And I mean that. I don't care who comes against us. I'm pretty sure, in which I've been here, and there's plenty things being said. I don't care. I'm sticking up for mine. And you're in our corner. And I appreciate you. I'm going all the way with it. Let's go. I'll die for mine.
I tell you what, the ladies that I spoke with tonight are gonna do official statements. We're gonna turn them into affidavits. We're gonna present them to law enforcement. But this is bigger, y'all, because some of this happened in the city of Opelousas. Some of this happened in Plaisance, Louisiana, which is considered the parish. So we have to file reports in the parish now because we're going to put this heat on them from both angles. So you're not going to get away with it, Marvin. You can take any class you want to take. You can plead to anybody you want to plead. You can know any judge you can know. But this ain't gonna work this time. It ain't gonna work this time. So you might want to get right with God, because by the time I finish with you, you're gonna think Satan is in your ass. And I'm not finna ease up one bit. One bit. And the only thing that I can say is to every woman out there, because we saw what happened with Malia Davis. We saw what happened with the other little Malia. And this didn't happen this time, but it's very important that we are careful who we bring our children around. It is very important that, when we know the pedigree of these people, that we don't expose our children to these people. Because Marvin Young should have been in jail 20 years ago. He should have been in jail 20 years ago. And for a criminal justice system to allow him to continuously get away with this, there's no justification for it. For a wife to sit there and know that even your own child was molested by this man, you will answer to God for that. But more importantly, I'm gonna see if you can answer to law enforcement for it, because you should be picked up too. You should be picked up too. Now, most of the stuff that he did was touching these babies and touching y'all in the wrong way. But he actually did penetrate one of his victims. Am I correct?
Yes, she said in between 7 and 8 years old, he did penetrate her.
So he penetrated a 7 to 8 year old victim.
She sure did, and she's one of the victims that's gonna speak up.
Um, I got one of my partners in crime. Um, she has a degree in psychology, and she's willing to provide counseling for you and your daughter at no charge. If
Okay, and
you
where is that?
we'll work it out, and she'll figure. I'm gonna connect you with her,
Okay.
and she's gonna do that free of charge because I really think that you two everybody needs counseling in this
Yeah.
thing that's been a victim. But
Yes, they
until I
do.
can get to the rest, I mean, she's willing to do that much, so that's a blessing in disguise.
It
And
is, and whoever she is, I thank her so much because one of my things my mom always taught us, you never be afraid to ask for help, and that was another thing that I was about to start talking about. If there's any besides yourself, any other advocates or anybody, because anybody with help, because I'm willing to start becoming an advocate myself because I feel like I can speak for so many people, and I just beg so many women, so many young girls. It can be young boys, and sometimes you have grown men to where this is happening to. You know, I I, I just feel like my story can help. My daughter's story can help. Hopefully, the other people that's about to write their statements, their story can help someone. But I appreciate her help, and baby, we're willing to take that help.
what I'll do is I'll connect her with you for her to be able to communicate directly with you. And
Okay.
as I told you, I'm coming back next week, and we got some work to do. And I give you my word that those that know me know when I say it is what it is. I'm finna put his ass through a ringer. I'm not finna give him 1 inch. On
Okay.
Thanksgiving Day, Marvin, you won't have a peaceful Thanksgiving because I'm gonna be in front of your fucking house with a bullhorn. On Christmas Day, Marvin, if you steal out of jail, I'm gonna be in front of your house with a bullhorn. When you trying to do your Sunday sermon, I'm gonna be in front of your house with a bullhorn. Marvin, you will not get no rest until this child can rest. Until every one of them victims say that they have closure, you ain't getting no rest.
And the only thing, don't forget, and yes, I'm saying it on camera, he does have a gun. It's supposedly, I don't know what size gun, whatever type of gun it is. The only thing I know, he has a gun because he held it up to my sister's head. So he does have
Fix
a
your
gun.
volume again.
So right now, um, he does.
You turn your camera off by mistake. You gotta turn your camera back on. So until she can figure out this camera thing,
Can you?
there she go. There you go.
You can hear me?
So yeah, I can hear you. It
I
doesn't
can't
matter
hear
if he
you.
has it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
It's on your end. You gotta turn your mic. You gotta turn your volume on or
Phone.
something.
I mean, mute. It's not on mute.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you, but I'm going to say what I was saying. He does have a gun. I don't know what size. I don't know what type of gun it is because the gun that he has, he had it up to my sister's head. So that's one thing I want to make you aware of. He does have a gun, and that also just with reading that protective order, he's not supposed to have a gun in his possession. Now, if he doesn't have it at his house, I know exactly where it would be.
Okay, well, I tell you what,
I
can you hear
cannot
me?
hear no more.
You gotta go out. You
Press.
gotta go out and come back in. Let's kick out and come back in. So that's what I've been down here working on. We'll get her back in. And this dude ain't finna get no rest, man. I'm finna give it to him. He ain't getting no rest. There we go. Let's see. Let's get her back in.
Okay, now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, but did you hear everything I said about the gun?
Ain't nobody worried about that.
Yep.
Ain't let me tell you this here. My name is 5 Star. I'm a general. I don't fight wars. I got an army though. I don't need a gun, but I got an army that got them. That ain't what we want to do. What we want him to do is go turn himself in and admit what he did. That's what I want him to do. Because if not, I'm gonna hound you, and I'm gonna be at every single court date. Everything. You're not getting no rest, Marvin.
And he better not get no rest, because I don't get no rest. My daughter doesn't rest. So even beyond that, not really trying to speak on the legal issues, but there will be a lawsuit for pain and suffering, because her
Well, he
point
on his
to my
page
daughter's
now trying to sell some property for $12,000.
that might
Might
be
be
the
trying
house
to
that
get
she
some
just
money to
put
try
up
to
to
run
bond
away.
him out. You say he's trying to get $12,000?
To sell some type of property.
That might be their house that she just put up to bond him out.
Well, we'll take care of all the aspects of what we're gonna do. But Mr. Young, and also at the moment, does he have a drug problem?
Yes, he does. It's been known. Just maybe about 4 days ago. No, earlier last week, when I went into the store, she said, "Well, he not too long ago came in here, but he waits for all the other customers to move around, and he'll ask for his brown bag special, which is a crack pipe and a scratcher, and then also buying his 2 for $6 ENJ, and brought a 6 pack of beer. That's why he has no teeth in his mouth."
All right, I'm back. So he does have a drug problem.
Crack cocaine, alcohol problem. Go get his 2 for $6 ENJ every day and a 6 pack of beer.
I tell you what we're gonna do? We're gonna get some rest tonight. And you try to comfort her as much as you can comfort her and get some rest. And we'll take it from there.
All right, Pops.
All right now.
Okay, good night.
Pastor Marvin Young. Welcome to my world. Ain't gonna be no rest, partner. Period. Go turn yourself in. Admit what you did. I'm gonna make your life a living hell. This is gonna be interesting. You guys have a good night. And I'll come back tomorrow and I'll speak on the election, Joe and Kamala. But today I was just consumed with this. So thank you guys so much. But old 5-star got it from you. Trust me when I tell you.